I will first introduce our salutatorian, Emily Noel Loyd. If I could have their parents stand when I announce them. Emily is the daughter of Lori and Greg Loyd of Kaiser, Oregon. Emily has been at Western since the 9th grade and has a 3.957 GPA. Emily has been a member of the Big Brother, Big Sister program for 4 years, a member of the National Honor Society and Book Club for 2 years, and a member of Service Club for 1 year. She has served on the Student Council for 2 years, 1 year as social chair, and 1 year as vice president. She has participated in volleyball, basketball, and softball all 4 years of high school, acting as a team captain in basketball for 1 year and in softball for 3 years. This last sports season, she earned second team All-League honors in volleyball, second team All-Tournament at the State Basketball Championships, and in softball, she was named first team Tri-River pitcher and was also named the Player of the Year for the Tri-River Conference. Emily plans on attending George Fox University in the fall, majoring in nursing. Please welcome Emily Loyd.
Good afternoon, fellow students, family members, faculty, and friends. I'd like to thank you for gathering here today in order to celebrate the graduating class of 2015. Without all of your encouragement, support, and patience through these last 4 years, I'm certain that none of us would be standing up here today. Your sacrifice over the years has enabled us to receive the education and skills necessary to succeed as we move forward into the real world. I would also like to thank Mrs. Gretchen Kane Huey and Mr. Parker for giving me the opportunity to be this year's salutatorian. I guess they figured that 6 valedictorians was just one too many. Although it may seem as though we're all sitting up here, all calm, cool, and educated, there were plenty of times throughout the past couple of years that we were ready to give up, like when the senioritis started sophomore year, when it seemed impossible to attend one more math class, write another 3C paragraph, or sit through another chapel. But here we are. We did it. We're finished. I know that at times my class has been difficult to deal with. We're definitely stubborn and a tad bit annoying. So for those of you who have been wishing that we would just get up and leave already, today is your lucky day. But I suppose for many of you, today will be a day filled with nostalgic memories, lingering hugs, and a steady stream of tears that will randomly begin at times you didn't expect would affect you. For me personally, these last few weeks have been very emotionally draining, as my classmates and I have finished this chapter of our lives and began to prepare for the next stage. It's been difficult for me to wrap my mind around the fact that I'll never walk these halls again as a student, never eat lunch in the cafeteria, never pop in to say hi to Dora or Sheila just for fun. Never again will I put on my Pioneer jersey and step out onto the basketball court in the softball field for one last game. But as I think back to when my journey at Western first began, I can't help but laugh of how clueless I was in regards to my expectations for my time here. I remember getting on the bus at Fred Meyer in September of my freshman year, full of nerves and hope, wondering if Western was going to be all that I needed it to be after transferring from a public school. My first few days exceeded expectations, despite the fact that I wore my shirt backwards the first day and spilt yogurt all over myself in front of my new friends. At the end of that first day, I vividly remember talking to my mom, recounting all the memories I had already made, when she stopped me mid-sentence and jokingly said, "Emily, you only have 4 years." I immediately panicked and exclaimed, "That's not enough time to do everything that I want." And now, 4 years later, here I am in front of all of you, and it's over. There was truly not enough time, because it seems like just yesterday I was that eager freshman, ready to make a difference and change her circumstances. I had an idea of what I wanted high school to look like, but if you would have told me 4 years ago that before I graduated, I would have the opportunity to travel with my classmates to exciting new places on mini-term, that our girls' basketball team would win the 2A state championship, that I would be voted as Player of the Year for softball, or even that I'd be standing here delivering this speech, I wouldn't have believed you. I'm sure for many of us, it seems as though we didn't accomplish as many of our goals as we had hoped when we began high school, but it's easy to look back now and see how far we've come since the fall of 2011. The class that is seated before you is filled with students that have exceeded expectations, amazed their teachers, and even surprised each other with their various skills and talents. Before Before you on the stage, there are brilliant minds seated who are able to calculate complicated math problems in a matter of minutes without a calculator. There are extremely gifted musicians, both instrumentally and vocally seated before you, who can give you goosebumps almost as soon as they open their mouths. There are actors and actresses who can completely transform themselves on stage, becoming almost unrecognizable as they perform and fall into character. There are skillful, unmatched athletes who have devoted hundreds of hours toward their sport of choice, simply to accomplish the goals set before them. There are students seated up here before you who are so incredibly curious that there will never be enough satisfying questions to quench their thirst for knowledge. The class that's seated before you is filled with talent, passion, devotion, loyalty, and determination, all of which are attributes that will benefit us not only now, but as we continue on with the rest of our lives. Western Mennonite has been such a big part of our lives over the years, and it's impacted us all in very different ways. Whether that impact was big or small, it will continue to mold us into the people that we are meant to be. Western has taught us to give thanks when things are good, and to praise God even when times are tough. Together, we learn how to handle adversity and be there for one another regardless of the situation. We've celebrated together, and we've experienced loss together. It breaks my heart to think that after today, I may not see some of you again, but I know that God has a plan in each and every one of our lives, and that He's working through us each and every day. I can't even begin to describe how incredibly thankful I am for everyone who has helped me make it through this journey. Thank you for believing in me, cheering for me, and speaking words of encouragement into my life when I most needed it. I'm truly blessed to have had the opportunity to attend Western, and I wouldn't trade it for the world. At this point, I feel as though I should finish off with some profound, overstated graduation cliche, but I'd rather conclude by reading 2 Corinthians 4:16-18. This is a verse that continues to give me hope with each and every reading, and I hope that it does the same for you as well. It reads, "Therefore do not lose heart. Though outwardly we are wasting away, yet inwardly we are being renewed day by day. For our light and momentary troubles are achieving us an eternal glory that far outweighs them all. So we fix our eyes not on what is seen, but what is unseen, since what is seen is temporary, but what is unseen is eternal." Seniors, it's been an honor to spend the last 4 years laughing with you, crying with you, celebrating with you, and simply going through life with you. I wish you all the best of luck as we move on to the next chapter of our lives. Thank you.